Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. How's everybody doing on this cool but muggy? I don't know if that sounds right. Cool and muggy at the same time. But you're in Texas, so no telling what you might get. Saturday evening. Tonight we have past and present paranormal from Jamestown, New York. Hey guys, how you doing this evening?
Hi. Good, and you?
Doing good.
I'm doing great. I am doing great. Okay, tonight we are podcasting live on StreamYard. We are podcasting live. Hey, guess what? Instagram finally opened up their books, and podcasters, streamers, influencers are now able to stream live on Instagram. So it's about time you get caught up with the time. And also, we are streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and numerous Facebook groups around the state of Texas. We're also podcasting live internationally. We are in Tokyo, Japan, and we are also in the UK. I know it's early and late in some of those areas, but I'm hoping that some of those guys should be able to jump in and say hello to everybody. But with enough said, please introduce yourselves, guys.
Go ahead and start it.
I'm Xenia, case manager for Past and Present Paranormal.
I'm Robert. I'm the technician plus investigator.
I'm Nicole, one of the investigators.
I'm Darren, one of the investigators.
Oh, wow. You know what? I hope I don't offend anybody, but the lady sitting right there in between Xena and the guy with the glasses.
Nicole?
Yeah, right there you go. Hey, I thought you were a kid.
Only at first.
If I offend you, I completely apologize.
No.
I completely apologize. Hey, Xena, did I say your name right?
Yes.
Okay, you got an unusual name. Xena, tell the world a little bit about your team and what you guys are about.
Okay. It started with originally me and Rob. Back in 2016, we had another founding member that has gone on to bigger and better things since. And since then, we have recruited Nicole, which is Rob's wife, and Darren, which is my boyfriend. So we're couples out there investigating. We have a website, or we have a Facebook page as well. And we do investigations in our area, Jamestown, New York. Recently, we have split up to 2 chapters. We now are also in Pennsylvania as well as New York, although we are not located in Jamestown anymore. However, we do travel for any paranormal investigation. Anyone out there that has questions or need help, we're more than happy to travel and never charge. It's always free, and we have a great time doing it.
the big question that I have for you guys is, how far are you willing to travel?
I think the farthest, if I'm not mistaken, Rob, has been 4 hours. We traveled 4 hours for an investigation to Leroy, New York.
Oswego,
Oswego.
Oswego, New York.
Oswego, New York. So we drove 4 hours.
Are you willing to drive 28 to 36 hours?
Quite honestly, I would have to say it would depend on the situation. I mean, if there is somebody out there in need that has legitimate paranormal or phenomena going on, yeah, I would
Okay.
be. But anyone else?
Cool. I'm sitting here looking at your page, and you guys are pretty. You guys are staying busy.
We
You
try.
know. Tell me a little bit about the Braylock Inn. I mean, that place really sounds. It looks interesting.
Braylock Inn.
I'm sorry. Which one is that?
The Braylock Inn. Is
Nope.
that not up in New York?
Nope. I do believe that may have been one that we shared from the Haunted Trails of New York.
Uh-huh.
We've never actually been there.
Oh,
They
darn.
have,
You,
they have
you
this
had me
wonderful.
going for a minute there. That place looks hella interesting.
We have a website up here called Haunted Trails of New York State. It's amazing. And it actually highlights all of the haunted locations in New York. And we
Okay.
also share from that locations and investigations and different things that are going on that website.
Now, how consistent, how precise is that website?
Very, very.
Mm,
It's updated often. I do believe that Don Trainer has affiliation with it, and he keeps up on it very well.
okay, cool. Because one thing I do know that there are certain individuals out in the world that post certain things about certain locations, and they never seem to update any. Once they post it, they let it go. There's no updates. I've ran across a couple of that a couple of times, and I've actually traveled long distances to see a location because I'm going by what's going on. And once I get there, the location is no longer there.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I was pretty upset.
that would be unusual since the locations that are highlighted on the Haunted Trails of New York State are
Mm-hmm.
businesses or historical locations. So,
Okay, cool. So I won't have that problem if I came up there.
no, not you just get a hold of us and we'd be more than happy to take you out.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey, all you tech guys, raise your hands. All right, tech guy, what do you do to get things ready for an investigation? What is what is your
My thing.
daily, not daily, I mean, what do you do? I mean, as far as getting everybody ready for an investigation.
Well, make sure all the cameras, the batteries are all charged up. Everything that uses batteries is charged up. We usually use we have like security cameras. So I'm in charge of setting all those up, run the lines, hook them into the cameras, into the computer. Basically keep the equipment running right and hand out the equipment to people and show them how to use it if they're not sure how to.
Now, I'll tell you what, man, how many batteries do you have in your pocket at one time at one location?
Too much.
Yeah, man, those batteries seem to go
Very quickly.
I mean, there's got to be ways of keeping all that stuff charged without having 50 million battery packs in your hand.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
but
don't buy the cheap batteries. They don't work too well.
yeah, I started out with those Dollar General batteries. Man,
I
I
do.
found out those suckers go in 2 hours.
Yep, or sooner.
I'm like, oh my God, dude, now what the hell am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But dude, tell me a little bit about the city you guys live in.
Well, currently, me and the wife, we live in Warren, Pennsylvania. It's an older town. Um, it's a beautiful place. We used to be in Jamestown, which is home of Lucille Ball and the 10,000 Maniacs came from there. Um, an average small little town. It's now no skyscrapers or anything like that.
Ah, okay, okay. Just for a town big enough where everybody know everybody.
Pretty close.
Yes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you guys? Some people have a tendency to be kind of skeptic on paranormal investigators. They always think that we're into uh, other things besides investigating. Do you guys get that impression when you guys are out and about?
Sometimes the people think we do it just to put a show on, which we're
Hmm.
not. And what's the sense of lying to somebody or pretending to be something? I mean,
Right.
I see some of these paranormal shows on TV and know half the time they're acting. And when you watch a show like that, it's not just one night there. They spend maybe a week or 2 weeks in that one location just to make
Hmm.
a show. So,
Yes, sir. They sure do. And hell, they're making all the money by spending that damn week in that one location and not getting not one bit of evidence.
nope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird on how that happens.
No.
What kind of paranormal team are you guys? There's different types that investigate different areas of the paranormal. Some are into validation only. Some of just do residential. Some of them, they're kind of a little bit of a paranormal slash urbanite type guy. Paranormal investigators. Some people just investigate cemeteries. Uh, which one are you guys?
We're just the general ordinary. We investigate anything we can investigate. Doesn't matter if it's a cemetery, a house, a building, businesses, forts.
We've even helped with fundraising for different locations.
Mhm.
For instance, the Dunkirk Lighthouse. We've done a voluntary ghost hunt. So every October, the Dunkirk Lighthouse has guided ghost tours for fundraising to help maintain the lighthouse. We've also been in Salamanca at the museum helping them. So we do a lot of charity work, a lot of fundraising. Um, we have often gone to a graveyard on our own. We have a couple that are notoriously haunted. And we do it for amusement, entertainment, to amuse ourselves. We've had clients reach out to us because you know, they have things going on and they just want to know if they're insane or not. Is this really happening? Is there something really here, or am I just imagining? And we've
Mm.
gone and we've found some pretty intriguing things have happened. And we don't go in to prove that it's paranormal. We go in with an open mind. We're always looking to debunk before we say, yeah, your house is haunted. No, we're looking
Hey,
for other things first. You know,
hey.
we've, like Rob said, we've done residential, we've done businesses, So you put anything paranormal in front of us, and we're willing to do it.
Why don't you do it? All right. Are you guys able to see the comments?
Sure.
Okay. A lot of shout outs to you guys.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Hey, Irene. Irene is from Tokyo, Japan. Hey, how you doing today, Irene?
I'm
Look what I got on. I got the shirt you sent me. All right. Miss Cheryl Torres is from deep South Texas. When I mean deep, oh man, how far is it from where you guys at to New York City?
how many
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours? It'll take me that long to get to their place, and they're in Texas.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that place. Oh, yeah, that lets you know just how big Texas is, man. It ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Hey guys, okay. Hi, Christy. Oh, let's see here. Yep, you guys are definitely at the bottom. That's the dirty South. Yeah, it's crazy down there. All right, guys. So you guys are willing to do anything and everything.
Yeah.
Or okay, now if I call you guys up, and I say, "Hey, Zena, I need you guys to come and investigate my resident. I think I got a demon in my house. Are you guys qualified to handle that?"
I'm gonna say no. I've never run across a demonic or
Oh, I don't know about that. Funeral home.
the
Table
funeral home. We would do it. However, we wouldn't go as far as saying that we could cleanse the
Mhm.
home but yeah, we would go in and see what we could find. We don't taunt, we don't tease, we don't aggravate. We try to communicate. And like Rob said, we do have our security cameras going, so
Mhm.
everything and anything that happens does get caught on film, and that's on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube. We
Yeah.
had, I think we did a table tipping.
Yeah.
At a funeral home up
Former
in
funeral home.
Jamestown, and it was quite a response. Quite a response.
Hmm. Interesting.
So
Uh,
we don't scare easily.
okay. All right. Okay. Let's say, for an example, that you go into a location and you do discover what it's something. Do you guys have a backup plan just in case things get out of control?
Backup plan. Pack up and go.
Pack up and go.
Go pack up and go. Okay. Now, as paranormal investigators, and the clients that we all have, um, it would be very hard to pack up and go because once we get into a certain location, we're kind of dedicated to to that individual in order to help them out. Now, let's say for an example that there's a demon case. Do you guys know a priest that you guys can call to to have him come in and cleanse that place? Or what would you guys do in that instance?
Well, depending on what happened during the investigation, I mean, if it's physical or if it's just say voices or things being thrown around, I think that we would start reaching out into our network, the paranormal community, to see
Mhm.
who would be best suited to take care of the issue that we find in the home. It may take a few days or what have you, but I would prefer to do something like that than to try to go in and cleanse it ourselves or to start doing something that may annoy, aggravate, or make the situation worse.
Okay, what would you tell somebody who's actually, you've gone into that location and you've actually have to do that? What would you tell that person that's, they're already paranoid because of the strange occurrences that's going on in their house? So when you go in, you're telling them to, hey, we got to reach out to somebody, because I think this is a little bit out of our league. What would you tell them to have them, maintain their calmness until that other individual that you contact come in and talk to them?
Well, if they're religious, I was telling them maintain their faith and their religion, maintain the faith until we get back. If it hasn't done any harm yet to you, it probably won't. Just keep your faith, and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. With I don't know, what they call them, demonologists or something like that. They usually come into places and determine.
Wow. Okay. Now we know that there are people out there that dabble into things that they shouldn't be dabbling into. Have you guys, and once things get out of hand, they're either the residential owner or whoever it may be, opens up a door or something, and then they have to call a paranormal investigator to come in and figure out on whatever that they did. Now, this paranormal investigator might be a rookie. He might not know what the heck he's doing. So, have you guys ever had to come behind another paranormal team and clean up their mess?
No,
Nope.
no,
No.
no. However, quite recently, we did have someone reach out to us that had found unusual writing in their attic. I had gone over and looked. I took pictures. I could tell it was pagan in nature, and I brought it home and did a little research, and there was, it's nothing that they did. It was something that existed before they moved in. And I'm like, okay, so this is what I found out. And I deciphered it and told them what it was. And, I told them that I'd be happy to look into it further for them. And they're like, nah, okay, as long as we know what it is, I'm good. Like, okay, if you need any, if you want to look into it a little bit more, just let us know and we'll be happy to. And they're like, nah, just wondering what it was. So, that was just as easy as going in, taking pictures, finding out what language it was, deciphering it, and just sharing what the meaning was. It wasn't anything evil per se, but it was just an incantation of a ritual. So, as soon as they found out what it was, they're like, oh, that's weird. And they were fine with it after that.
Now, in the Northeast, do you see, what's the percentage of you guys doing what when you guys investigate? Do you see yourselves leaning towards a little bit more residential, a little bit more, urban cemeteries? What exactly do past and present paranormal actually like to do?
Probably mostly residential.
I like doing residential the most. Yeah. And I would say we've done more residential than anything. Yeah.
Now, are people, because to be honest with you, down here in Texas, we have the Bible Belt. People in East Texas are a little bit more, they are really skeptic when it comes to paranormal investigators. Do you guys have that problem in the Northeast?
I believe so. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't believe in it. They think it's what we're doing is nothing. The equipment that we use, it's just It's nothing. It's just the equipment making the sounds. It's nothing else. Because they don't see it,
They've never experienced.
never experienced it, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Quite honestly, I started this in 2016. I was curious. I wasn't a believer, but I was curious. And it didn't take long before I believed. I mean, we always do an investigation in a controlled environment. So if we go into a home, we always let the homeowner know that they're more than welcome to stay, but we need a controlled environment. So when we review that videotape or the audio, we need to know that the voice we're listening to
Mm-hmm.
is really unexplainable. I mean, we've even had a situation where a resident called us. We traveled a ways to get there, and we had set everything up. We were in the middle of the investigation. It wasn't too far in before we realized it was a joke
Oh,
to us. But yeah. So I mean, you're gonna get those skeptics, naysayers, people that call you because they think it's funny, and they just want to see how far they can keep you going. And
yeah, that's not cool.
no, it wasn't. We knew something was wrong when he said that a ghost appeared at the bottom of his bed, full apparition, some kind of general riding a horse, and the horse appeared with it. So we're like, oh, really?
Mm.
All right. I mean, we weren't rude. We weren't mean. We just realized what was going on and packed up quite swiftly. Told them thank you very much and goodbye.
Wow. Now I got a question. Irene has a question for you guys. Is Ouija boards a yay or a nay for you guys?
Probably a nay.
It's a nay for me too.
Oh, Ouija boards, no.
No.
No, those
Yeah.
we believe if when we go into an investigation, we always bless ourselves, and when we come out, we cleanse and bless again. Ouija boards it's a portal. You open that portal, you don't know what you're bringing in. You don't know what you're inviting in.
Right.
And to close it, I mean, it's just too risky. Way too risky for us.
Hey, out of the four of you guys, who are the most, out of you four, who is the most superstitious out of the bunch? You
Me?
are.
Yeah.
I just seen you with a black cat, did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I'm asking is because I hear so much about people and mirrors and stuff. Do you believe that facing two mirrors can actually open up a portal?
I personally don't think so. I think you need to open it yourself. I mean, even table tipping. When we do table tipping, it's just regular card table, fold up card table, but you're touching it. And as you're sitting there touching it and talking and inviting and encouraging something to reach out to you, I
Mhm.
think at that point, you're in a sense opening a portal. So, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I'm old and I lost my train of thought. I know I was going somewhere with it. Every night, I just don't remember where.
You know, because I'm very superstitious, man. I mean, I am so superstitious. How many of you? I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but have anybody in your family ever swept your feet with a broom?
No.
Just
No.
to get the cat hair off.
Well, you know, for some weird reason, I was told if somebody sweeps your feet, you're going to jail.
Never heard that one.
So I can't admit how many times my foot have been swept, and the only way to get this off your back if you spit on the broom. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
Never
No.
heard of
Nope.
No.
But yeah, so I mean that has been, man, down in my generation. I mean, in my family for generations. I've never actually, every time my foot has been swept, I always spit on the broom. So I don't know what happens if I don't do it. I don't want to find out.
Nice.
The whole black cat thing. I just seen you, Zeno, with a black cat, and the whole. Now, some people say when they do a double take, that's a spirit. Do you believe that?
I think so. I mean, there's always times you see something move out of the corner of your eye. It's like, what was that? You don't see it again. It's like just outside of your peripheral vision,
Mm-hmm.
something there. And when you go to look, there's nothing there. So I believe stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very superstitious person, and I just can't take that chance. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's so weird, man, how different areas of a country have different superstitions. That you guys probably have some I've never even heard of, and vice versa.
Well, let me see. How about death travels in three? That's a superstition I believe in. What else is there?
The spider web across your face is supposed to be
Irene says she's riding her broom.
Yeah. Well, you got to speak up, baby. They can't hear you.
No, like Nicole, every time you drive over a railroad track, she picks her feet up.
Why?
Yep.
Say that again? Because if you get in a car accident, you don't want your feet to stay here. Because the train tracks.
Oh, okay.
Or the train will come.
Okay. I also believe in if a bird hits the window, there's death coming. So I have superstitions that are a little different, a little maybe darker. If you're walking and you feel like you walk through a spider web,
Mm-hmm.
spirit. So they say.
There's so many superstitions that goes on around here. I mean, I guess you can, if you was to try to look up every one, it would take you a lifetime to actually do
It
that.
would.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a lifetime to just look up superstitious stuff. You know what I'm saying? But guys, now superstition and you guys have any urban legends in your town?
Urban legends.
There's a lot of them. There's a hill just like a couple towns away where you park your car at the bottom of the hill and put your car in neutral. Your car will be pushed up the hill by children that were in an accident a long time ago.
Have you tried that?
I did try that when I was a teenager, and the car did roll, but we had forgotten to do baby powder around the back of the car to see if any prints showed up. We're young teenagers just goofing around,
That's interesting. It's weird because in San Antonio, there's a train track that's just like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think there's one of those in every town.
Right.
But,
Have you ever heard of Pigman?
who?
Pigman?
Uh-uh.
Out in Angola? Pigman.
Yeah, it's out in Angola. I don't remember what the legend is though.
There's supposed to be like a monster. He wears like a pig head. And if you park in between the two bridges, the two railroad bridges out in Angola, he comes out to get you.
Hey, that kind of reminds me of the Candyman, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the Candyman. I don't know if that's a myth or urban legend. I don't know if that really went down in Chicago or not. But any black man with a hook in my neighborhood, he's asking for trouble. I'm just telling you, you cannot do that.
Now, I do know that the Candyman is not real because I have stared into the mirror and said Candyman 3 times and nothing ever happened to me.
Now, what happened if he would have showed up?
I would have shit my pants and ran really quick.
Yeah, hey, the first, if I would have done that, and he would have showed up, let's say if I did that, I said his thing 3 times, and I'm like, dude, can you please hand me a roll of toilet paper? I mean, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm sorry, man. Hey, we can get to you trying to kill me later, but right now, can I get this off of me? Hey, then he will just have to wait, man. I'm sorry, but yeah. All right, guys. Hey, man, how do you guys you guys mentioned TV shows earlier, and I asked everybody this question: how exactly do you feel about what Hollywood is doing and the way they portray people like me and you, paranormal investigators? Do you think they got it right, or do you think they need to go back and redo everything to make sure that they get it right?
I think it's a joke. A lot of people I talk to that know I'm a paranormal investigator, the first thing they start talking to me about is taps and the shows like that. And they think it's odd that I don't watch them. And it's like, well, it's because it's not real. It is so far from being real. And anyone that is going to wear a pair of sunglasses into a dark cave, I mean, come on. It's just so much show. It's just so much fluff that it's ridiculous to watch. One that I actually have started watching is what is that? Expedition Unknown.
Oh, my buddy Josh Gates.
Yeah, have you seen it yet? I love it.
Yeah, man. Me and Josh go way back.
I love his show because he not only represents the paranormal side of it, but he represents the scientific side.
Exactly.
It's either or, They bring in the paranormal proof and then they got the scientific proof and they leave it up to you to decide. Where, I mean, I've seen some of these other shows and they were so ridiculous. I couldn't take it. I turned it off and said, you know what? I can't do that. I can't watch that. It's so unrealistic. Although I'd love to go to some of the locations they've gone to. I would love to.
But you know what? On Expedition X, some of those locations aren't. It's more about time getting there and more than about money, because some of those locations you can actually get into, and if you just got the time and the travel time, you can get there. One thing I do realize that most of his TV shows, some of those locations aren't about money.
No.
They are really not about money. Like that lighthouse where's that lighthouse at? It's somewhere on the East Coast. I think it's in South Carolina, North Carolina, one of those lighthouses. Man, it's like a big Airbnb.
Right.
I mean, and it's real cheap to get in. And, and there is the lighthouse. Then there's the house that's outside the lighthouse that's actually on the property. Yeah, man, the house, it was real easy to get into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have you guys ran across any problems getting in any, locations? You guys ever got rounded off by the cops or anything?
Not by the cops. No. We don't go where we're not invited. We would never intrude on a location or trespass. We want to, but we haven't done that. No. I mean, we
Yeah.
do reach out to the owner.
That place up here, can't go to.
Oh, RJJR.
Psychiatric center?
Yeah. It actually, there is a psychiatric center up here, and we are dying to get in there.
Is that the one? Is that the one with the big fence around it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of other paranormal teams have been trying to get in that place too.
a lot of them do illegally. However, if we tried it, we would be the ones getting caught. We would be the ones getting arrested. That would just be our luck. Obviously, you know that by our technical difficulty getting on today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, typically, we won't go anywhere or do anything that's not already public or that we haven't gotten permission to access.
Well, the good thing about down here in Texas is there's so much property, there's so much land. I've seen multiple companies, either they go in default, bankruptcy, they can't afford the place, so they have to shut the building down. And in many of these instances, most of these locations have been nursing homes, rehabilitation centers. So, I mean, these places have been sitting there for 20, 30 years, and hoarders, people that are going and rip the copper out of it, you know, and all it is like the shell of a building, you know. But the one thing that catches my eye is nursing home. When you mentioned the word nursing home, a lot of people have a tendency to, once they see or hear the word nursing home, they think of a place where you go to die.
Yeah.
I have
You
heard
know,
that.
where you go, it's a place where your family don't want to deal with you, so they'll put you in a nursing home so you can be taken care of and eventually pass on. Well, you know, there's a couple of these locations here in Austin that we've been able to get into. Well, the simple fact is, man, it's just weather, time is just taking it.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, if it doesn't say no trespassing, I'm going in. And we went into a couple of these locations, man, and we've had some of the greatest, man, investigations. That's been on since I've been doing this. I mean, lots of communication between spirit and you know, and us. I mean, it's the only reason why I don't go back, guys, is because of the smell.
The smell?
Yes, man. Oh, you got hoarders go in that place, man, and it just reeks.
Yeah, probably urine and.
Yeah, and other things. But I was, you know, we were seeing. Okay, have you guys ever? When's the last time you guys been into a nursing home? It's probably been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a
But
while.
there are corridors. You got one center space. You got a corridor going that way. You got a corridor going down that way, and you got two going down the other way. But in that main corridor, you always got the nurses center.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, we sat in the middle of a nursing center, and I'm like, I was talking to one of the members on the team, and I'm like, hey, do you guys see that light outside? And I got back to the house, and I'm looking over the EVP, and it says, I don't see it. Oh, blew my mind.
Wow.
I mean, having that type of having that type of communication. I mean, I wish he said it a little bit louder where I actually could have heard it with my ears, you know, compared to my voice recorder. But man, it said it as clear as day.
Yeah, we've had situations like that in private residences where we've been doing a recording and I get very upset. I'm like, oh man, nothing's going on. I can't take this. Let's grab it somewhere else. And then when we take it back home and we start reviewing it, I'm like, oh my God. And we've had that where me and another investigator were, asking questions, and we were doing the flashlight, and it was responding. And we had the voice recorder, digital voice recorder. And when we listened back to it, it told us, and it sounded as if somebody would picked it right up, right to the mouth, and whispered, "Get out."
Mm.
I mean, I'm like, nope. I was sitting right there. I'm telling you that nope, I didn't hear that, and I wish I would have known it at the time because I would have left. I would have got up and left.
Oh, okay. Well, Stephen Higgins, hey man, appreciate you coming on the show. Paranormal Connections, appreciate you coming on the show. Mr. Higgins is from the UK. Believe it or not, guys, this is my first podcast with the paranormal team from the UK.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'll be visiting those guys tomorrow.
I did see that on your Facebook page. I was quite curious, so I will most likely be watching as well.
Yes, please do join in, man. You got any questions for these guys? I will. Hey, welcome all questions. Paranormal Connections. You guys are coming up, man. Hey, I just be patient with me. I know I got you guys down towards around the 26th or 27th of January, but hey, it's well worth the wait, man. So I appreciate you guys. Decide to come on the show. Irene, believe it or not, guys, Irene went to Hiroshima, and we did a live podcast with her at Ground Zero, where the bomb first dropped. And the place was unbelievable.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, that would have been interesting to watch. Yeah.
The place was unbelievable. I think and Miss Irene is she's not a medium, but she talks to spirits. She's able to communicate with them. So the minute she got there, she got bombarded.
Oh,
kind of like a sensitive type.
Yeah,
person.
she's like a clairvoyant.
Mm-hmm.
She got bombarded, and if I'm correct, she started crying. If I'm right, because it was so much coming at her that it was really hard for her to do that, to answer so many questions on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine that?
no.
Can you imagine a whole country pretty much dying at once and a medium in that area,
Yeah. But we were able to do, we were able to do like 2 hours investigating on that location. Then we ended up going to I think it was a castle. Irene, I think that was a castle. And we were able to, communicate. She was able to communicate with the little boy that passed away in there. Yes, it was heartbreaking. So it was pretty interesting. You know what, guys? Small town. Any other paranormal teams that are around you guys communicate with, you guys collab with?
Not really. There's a few. There's Jamestown Paranormal. There's a different group there. They're an older group. Been around a lot longer.
Wasp.
And what was the other one?
Wasp.
They're in Warren area paranormal group. And I do believe there used to be Crossroad Ghost, but that kind of disbanded when one of the members died. So there's a few of them, but we really don't. We did in the beginning with Jamestown Paranormal, but I wasn't too comfortable working with them.
Understandable. Are you guys willing to expand, or you guys want to stay at 4 members?
Well, no, we're open to expansion. I mean, we're kind of out. We're both in the country, whether it be Warren or where we are here in Luanda. This is very rural. I don't know how popular paranormal investigation is around you guys, but here where we are, it's not a real popular um, topic. People tend to be weary. They think you're crazy. They do, or they think that you're into some kind of paganism, Satanism. Uh, People have a tendency to stray away. Um, so that there's not a lot of socializing.
Mm.
Um, I mean, we do associate with, and we aren't networked throughout. However, we don't really hang out. We don't go and do like couple, like one paranormal team invites another paranormal team. We usually don't do that. We just stick to ourselves and we stick locally. If a residential or if someone local wants help, we do it. If somebody's looking to raise money or do a fundraiser, we'll do it. So, I mean, we've had members where they came for a while, stayed, and then they just got sick of it.
Mm.
Didn't want to do it for whatever reason. One found religion, became a nothing wrong with that. Became a born again Christian, so that wasn't
No.
something he wanted to do anymore. And
Yeah.
a just wanted to move over to a more active team, and
People join thinking it'd be like taps or like the ghost adventures and stuff like that. They think that's what it's going to be when they go there. This stuff's going to jump out at them, and when they actually go on these haunts, there's sometimes nothing going on really. Few things, there's nothing like what they see in the TV shows, and they get disappointed and they say, "Oh, this is what I didn't think it was like this."
or after a 5-hour hunt, you have 5 hours of audio or video to review.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that.
No.
But you know what? A friend of mine, he kind of made it easy. He has a laptop. No, he has a PC where he plugs in all his audio and just hits it, and it does it by itself. If it catches something, it'll mark it. If it catches something, it'll mark it. And so it'll eliminate all those hours just sitting there and listening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he wakes up in the morning, he jumps up and hit. How much time are you saving by doing it like that?
Yeah. Now with this program, I mean, is it just where he sets up a recorder and then walks away, or
He sets it up to his PC where he puts in his little SIM card, and he just had to set up where every time there's a hit, it marks it.
okay?
So you'll go back, and trust me, that saves you what, maybe 2.5 hours?
Wow, I guess.
It saves some time. So when you go put your headphones on, all you do is hit play, and it hits all the marks. So it definitely takes time out of that.
Yeah. But yeah, like Rob said, and then it's just a lot of work, and I don't think they realize or new investigators realize how much work is actually put into it, whether it's investigating a location or researching the area, because it's not typically the location that's haunted. It could be something that happened in the area that's affecting a particular location.
Now, go ahead.
The one location that we did have had a lot of activity in it, but when we got there, we got outside and we started looking around, and we realized that there was a cemetery in the back of the house.
Mm.
It was a new owner. He didn't even know it was back there. So even though stuff was going on in the house, it doesn't mean it's in the house. So there's a lot of research, a lot of footwork before the investigation even starts.
No, I bet. Uh, what do you tell new people, new paranormal teams that are out there when they jump into this? What is some of your best advice that you would tell them?
Patience.
Right.
Have patience. Don't try to rush it. You don't go to a spot. You're not getting nothing out of it. Wait around a little bit. Move on to the next area. But get into it. Don't think it's going to be haunted. Find out why is it doing such a. Why is the door squeaking at times? Why is this window blowing open? Or investigate that first. Don't assume it's a spirit.
Right.
Facts on there. See what would do it. Try to make it happen. If it doesn't happen,
I mean, another thing too, if you're in it just for the thrill of the hunt, then it's probably not something you're going to want to do. Like Rob said, there's a lot that goes into it. You have to pretty much be a detective as well. Because if you're pulling up to the house and you're seeing the curtains waving, which we did at one time, and I got really excited. I'm like, oh my God, did you see that? And as soon as we were upstairs with all of our little hunting equipment, we realized it was just a heater vent. So, I mean.
Yeah, boy, those heater vents are something else, aren't they?
Yeah.
Man,
That was very disappointing.
There's something else.
With the highs, you're going to have a lot more lows than you do highs.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If you really don't have a passion for, don't put a lot of money into it. Don't buy a lot of things for it.
Yeah. If you think you're gonna just try it for a week, don't go spend $500 on a damn camera. Don't do that because it's not even really worth it.
Right.
We do I do very basic. I mean, I believe in my sight, my smell. Your body is the best tool you have.
Yep, you're right about that. You are definitely right.
And then your cell phone. That's pretty much a digital recorder and a flashlight. And a K2 meter?
Is that? K2.
That's what I hunt with.
And those damn cat balls. Oh, I'm telling you, man, if I was a spirit and you guys came to visit me and you threw one of them cat balls at me, I'm going to throw it right back at you. Because hey, can you imagine all the haunted locations are, I'm talking to one, I'm not talking to ones that hasn't been discovered yet, because there's many more. I'm talking about the ones that's been heavily walked. People have, these locations where people have paid lots of money to go, to get in, and the first thing they do is put a cat ball out. And you know what? If I was a spirit, you know what I'm going to do with that cat ball?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to step on it. Because, as paranormal investigators, we can't come at these guys. We have to remember that these guys are, just because they don't have a physical form, that they still are alive. They still remember. They still see, and they still understand things. So if somebody comes in with a cat ball and the 10 other people came in with the cat ball, I mean, I'm going to get tired of what? That cat ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's try to come at me with something I've never seen before. That's what if I've never seen it, I'm like a little kid. I want to interact with it. That's just me. That's any human, whether you have a body or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not going to interact with these cat balls anymore, man, because I'm just tired of looking at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away from that cat ball.
Okay, as you're talking about cat balls, I have my black cat sitting in front of me playing with her cat ball right now.
Oh God, no! See, there you go.
So I understand what you're talking about, but she still likes her cat balls. So
Hey, I understand a cat liking a cat ball, you know. But me, I like no more cat balls. You know, we as time goes on, and I talk to every paranormal that comes on my show. As time comes on, things evolved, spirits evolve, and as paranormal investigators, we have to evolve into, into doing different things. We got to be able to present something different every now and then, because most spirits, like I'm telling you guys earlier, we get tired. They get tired of the same old, same old.
Mhm.
And that's probably why when people go into these locations, there's no communication, because they're looking and they say, no, he did not do that.
again,
And they walk the other way. And it's just one of those things for me. It's the 20th century, has came in that we're in the 21st century. Let's try to get some of this 21st century technology out there. I know there's so many stuff out there that's yet to be discovered. And, a Five Below, Seven Below store, if you guys have any of those stores around, go to those stores and check those stores out, man, because they are paranormal investigator heaven. You can find anything you want that can light up motion, but a lot of people aren't going there because they think that place is for kids, but don't have the toys that we use to investigate. Cannot kids use those? The scare bear, the ghost bear, all those bears, they're kiddie toys.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, it's time for us as paranormal investigators to evolve to something a little bit more, so where we can. I'm not saying that we're not going to be able to catch up with spirits, because who's ever writing that book is steady forever writing. Like we always say, paranormal investigators, we would never be. We will always be amateurs.
I agree.
We'll always be, because whoever is, we will never ever catch up with that book, on learning and seeing how to actually communicate with these guys. Because the minute we flip one page, hell, they're writing two more pages, so it constantly evolves itself, so it is so hard, and a lot of people are using these GoPros now.
Mhm.
You know what? I bought a set of GoPros and I gave them away.
Really.
You know why?
I like the spirit box. If
Well,
you have a spirit box and it's sitting there and it calls out your name, you got some.
you got something, but see the debate with the spirit box is, and I've had this debate 100 times, is the spirit box is just a voice phenomenon for like a Ouija board. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you're right there, because you need to spell the words out on the Ouija board or you hear them.
So a lot of people are skeptic. A lot of people don't like using those.
I don't mind using it because when I hear my name being called out from it, I know it's not just chance. Because as you know, it scans radio bands.
Mm-hmm.
And it picks out words and it spits them out at you. So for it to spit my name out to me, I know that it's more than just chance.
Well, you got an unusual name.
Yeah, so when it says my name, I know that it's more than just chance. There's something really there, or something's trying to communicate with me. Yeah.
Have you guys ever had any attachments or brought anything home?
Hopefully not. We try, like I say, we try to cleanse ourselves after, with sage and all that good stuff before we leave, and tell the spirits, this is, you can't come home with us. This is where you stay.
Now, have you guys ran across any children's spirits?
Felix is
Felix?
in his basement.
Oh.
We did have an investigation where we had taken a photo, just random photos of a basement, and it appeared that there were figures that could be mistaken as children, or could be thought as children. There was a lot of activity in his house, actually.
A lot of activity in Fort Ontario that we did. One of the first videos. Where actually that spirit caught out her middle name. Not her first name, her middle name. It was clear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't even hear it at the time until I played back the video, and it sounded like it didn't come off the spirit box. It actually went through the camera itself. And it's like,
That's interesting.
There was a special room up there that the caretaker of the fort had told us that it was notorious for children being up there and playing and being in the closet or cupboard doors. Closet doors would always be found open after closing them. And there were a lot of reports of hearing children up in that room. So yeah, we had fun with that one. That was a great investigation. Very active. Very active.
Okay. All right, Zena. I am going to send you a picture on your phone.
Okay. I found this on the web.
I'll go away. And I want you to tell me what you think about it. And I want each one of your members to see it also. And I want each one of your members to tell me what they think about it as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Does everybody have their phones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're able to link this to everybody else's phone.
How are you sending it to me?
I'm sending it through your phone.
Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm going to forward it to you. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I can't send it to you too. Give me a second here.
send it in our group.
Bear with me, everybody. I am not technically advanced.
Hey, I understand that. I'm the same way.
Okay, I just sent it in the chat. Did everybody find it? Everybody get it?
Yep.
Okay.
Really green.
Very grainy.
This off a TV?
Yes, it was on my laptop, but I couldn't, what I was seeing, I had to get a bigger view on that. So I put it on the big screen TV, and I was looking at something unbelievable. And I'm like, oh, wow, I got to share this.
You're looking
Yeah.
at the light behind the tree?
What do you think that is?
Well, could be a light, like he said.
Interesting.
It looks like there's a piece of equipment, like construction equipment behind the trees. It could be a light off of that.
Okay, you know what? Let's go. let's get everybody's opinion, one opinion at a time. Starting with the guy with the hoodie. Yeah, you say that's a construction equipment with a light, you say?
It looks like there's a piece of construction equipment behind the trees.
Okay.
It's a very grainy picture. It's hard to see, but
Okay, you know, try to blow it up. You can blow it up on your phone as much as you can.
Worse.
I'm almost thinking that it could be just a reflection off of that, you know.
Okay.
Everybody's focusing on the light, but to the right of that light, there's looks like there's something standing there right behind us. Either it's a log laying on the ground.
Yeah.
I see something there.
Okay. Okay.
Ladies,
what do you think?
I think somebody needs to figure out how to take pictures. I'm just saying. Well, I do see what he was mentioning.
Was this at a cemetery?
Yes.
Okay. So is that a headstone that's like on the ground?
There's a headstone on the ground. All right. All right. All right, guys. Check this out. Right below the light, what do you see peeking out behind the tree?
A face.
Oh, I gotcha. It looks like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you see her leg? You'll see her neck, her head, her neck, her torso. You'll see the complete body.
Against the tree?
Yeah, behind the tree.
Kind of hiding behind the tree.
But she looked like she's fading in and out through. If you see her leg, you can see her leg is on the other side of the tree, and her neck is sticking out from the back of the tree.
Yeah, I see it now. It's almost as though she's wearing a bikini, maybe.
I always thought, more you stare at a picture, you can actually end up seeing Mickey Mouse in it. But
oh wow!
But I thought I had a picture a lady gave me,
You see it?
and now I can't find it.
Right
Pretty
there, there's
similar
a
to
light.
that.
Yeah, you got actually better view than I do.
Oh, yep.
This looks like a torso,
Oh, okay.
and then up here is like maybe breast, and that's her head, right below the light.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I can't
The
find
light
it.
kept. I
Two.
can see.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it's tough to see, but yeah.
Very amazing catch.
Did you see it?
What?
You see the lady?
And what's your thought on orbs?
Depends on the location.
The orb
Does it?
thing, and then if you look right here, there's like a bent leg. Right here, there's a torso.
Oh yeah, I see
There's
that.
I mean, a lot of people say it's just dust.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's dust,
Better than mine,
but I've seen orbs do things, man, that dust mites can't do.
Right. As you can actually see the dust in the pictures at times, but there's one the opposite way, or not. It's not following the direction of, say, the airflow would be. And you see them. They glow in and out.
Right.
Find it.
What are we looking for?
I had a picture that this lady sent me. She's driving down the road, and there's a fog on the road. Oh. And now I can't find it.
I do not have any pictures to look at.
That's okay. A highly paranormal 406. I wish I could show you that picture, but it's not set up on my laptop at the moment. But if you want to send me if you want to send me your info, I can send that picture to you.
Okay.
And you can tell me what you think.
See,
Highly paranormal 406. If you want to look me up on social media, Facebook, I wouldn't have no problem sending you that picture, and you can tell me what you think about it.
Okay. Grabbing my camera.
It's a very interesting picture. Actually, I caught that right before a thunderstorm, and the electricity that was in the air, man, could make your hair stand up. And as you can see, I don't have any hair. You know what I'm saying? But it was that day was a very amazing day. It was a summertime, no, springtime thunderstorm, and man, and the energy in the air was so electrifying. So, yeah, so
There's a hot place up here for everybody likes to haunt. The Hinsdale House
mm-hmm.
in New York. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a few investigations there.
Now, is there a place where have you guys been back over and over again, or once you guys investigate, you guys pretty much leave that alone and move on to another location?
The most investigations, like the Dunkirk Lighthouse in Dunkirk, New York, we always get invited back to that, you know. And there's times you go in and over again, it does get old, you know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Funeral home.
on the funeral home. That's always
What was the name of that? The old
Henderson
Oh.
Henderson Funeral Home.
The Henderson Funeral Home. We've been there quite often. That was located in or is located in Jamestown, New York. It's no longer a funeral home. Now it's different offices, or it's rezoned commercial for different businesses, and
Mhm.
we've been there quite a few times. That I would have to say we've been there more than anything.
Oh, wow.
It's a hot spot.
Okay. Irene got a question. Are you guys into collecting anything?
I am not personally no.
So no haunted dolls. So that would be a nay.
No.
Now we do have a friend that has that is in the habit of collecting haunted items. I don't know personally.
Haunted items.
Haunted items. So he's a paranormal investigator as well. And you know, a lot of people just reach out to him for help, and they find that it's possibly an item.
Mm-hmm.
They brought an item into the home, and things just start happening.
Time to go.
So yeah, so yeah, I'm not even
With the Indian dude?
no Ed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ed.
Ed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he's got a home full of haunted items.
Yeah, that's not cool. I mean, I've been to a location where there's been haunted items, but I don't even try to think. I don't mess with stuff like that. You know, but the thing is, guys, you can have a haunted item and never even know it. For the simple fact, how many people go to garage sales, estate sales?
Mhm.
Estate sales, especially because they're selling stuff that people have passed on. So how do we not know if these people that they're selling is somebody else's stuff that passed on? They might have liked it. So you're gonna have that attachment.
The kids
Yeah.
brought those pictures they found home that one time when they lived in Rochester.
Which pictures?
I don't know
The
what it was at that apartment
the-
complex they lived in, and they brought home these pictures. And as soon as they brought the pictures home, strange things were happening.
is that those little
Yeah.
pictures?
Yeah, I think so. They were younger, but
That's why I would never see. My wife used to go to estate sales and garage sales. Just luckily, we didn't have that experience. You know, but who's to say that have not happened to somebody else?
right.
True. It's definitely something I'd believe in. I would never discount it. That's for sure.
You know, especially estate sales. A garage sale is just something you want to get out of your garage, you know. But estate sales is when somebody passed away, and they trying to get rid of all their stuff. And I'm sorry, you know what? I am a big fan of M&Ms, and I always wanted this big old ball of M&Ms. You put a quarter in, you twist it. You guys have seen those before.
Yeah.
You know, and if I was to pass away and somebody wants to sell that, I would have a hella attachment to that thing because that's what I enjoyed the most. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can put all the money you want in there, but you're not getting no M&Ms. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna scam you for your money. You know, if it's a kid, I might give you one or two, but you're not getting no more than that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's you just gotta watch out these days.
Yep.
Very true.
Yep, Joe. Yep, you're right. Highly paranormal. You just gotta watch out. You know, because you never know, man. Hey, the most perfect example of an attachment is the movie Christine.
Right?
Christine, she loved that car, or he loved that. One thing about the movie, the car was named Christine, but we don't know if it was a male or female, but they had an attachment to the car. And they had an attachment to the person that took care of the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's,
Example.
I would never do it. Secondhand stores, you can count it out. I would never go. Hey, can you imagine going to like what is those secondhand stores and you go get a TV? You flip that TV on, it's working. 20 minutes later, it pops off. Call it on again, pops off. You know, you pop it on the gun, you got this big old face on the TV saying, "Take my TV back." I'm taking your TV, but it's not going to be back where you want it to be. On everybody, boy, right in the dumpster.
Okay, so now you've given me something to think about. The next time I want to go out yard sailing.
I'm just saying, it's possibility. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, we've been going on for almost an hour and 21 minutes. I'm going to ask you guys a couple more questions before we get out of here. All right, starting with the gentleman. I'm going to go each down the line. Starting with the gentleman with the hoodie. All right, hey, me and you everybody got a bucket list. Where would you like to go investigate on your bucket list?
Oh.
Anywhere in the world.
Top of the list for me would be a place that's local. It's Jay and Adam. It's a psychiatric center.
Okay.
It's abandoned, but there's issues there with safety concerns for, you know, they don't want you to fall through the floor. They don't want the ceiling to fall on you, that kind of thing. So it'd just be nice to have a one night, you know, where you could go in there and set up in one room would be great.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was. Any place like that? Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, Zena, where would you like to go?
Dracula's Castle in Transylvania.
Transylvania. If you guys remember, I had a friend on here named Annette that briefly popped in on the show. And what she does is she does ghost and getaways, where she's get a group of people and they go to these great haunted locations, and that's where she went.
You should
Oh,
share
really?
this information with me too.
Yeah, Annette King, Ghost and Getaways. Please, guys, look her up. She's probably got videos of that trip. You know, unfortunately, I was not able to go. I would love to go to Dracula. Me and him can hang out. I ain't got no problem with that. You know, all right, young lady in the middle, where would you like to go?
Probably the state hospital grounds in Warren, Pennsylvania, where I live. There's supposed to be tunnels underground. It's just hard to get permissions to go in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, anytime you want to go to a state institution where there's been all kind of drama, come on down to Texas, man, because we got plenty of them. All right, young man, you last but not least, where would you like to go?
Same place as Nicole.
Okay.
I mean, had some history there. I mean, they got unmarked graves of people who died there. It was a crazy ward. People, and they used to transfer to different facilities. I can't even talk.
Facilities.
Underneath the ground in these tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
And where they put them, I don't know. And I know in Jamestown too. There's some underground tunnels that they closed off. That they used to move bodies during in the 20s or 1800s. They went to buildings to go to different places, and I wouldn't mind going there either. But
Okay, cool. Me myself, guys. How far is New York from you guys? 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can do that in my sleep. I live in Texas. I would want to go to the Island of the Dead.
Hmm.
Have you guys even heard of that place?
No.
Island of the Dead. Island of the Dead is where they take where they took all the COVID people that passed away in New York.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't heard that one. We're going to have to look into that.
And the place used to be a sanitarium before then. And you had to go by boat to get there. But the craziest thing is when COVID was going on and all these people were dying in New York City because of it, that's where they would take the homeless bodies. Now, if you had a family, of course, you would go to the family cemetery. But New York is so big, there's so much homeless people up there. They were taking these bodies, truckloads of bodies, and putting them on a ship and taking them over to the island and just burying them. And I'm talking about maybe the coffin probably not big enough to put a body in. So they were stacking them 6, 7 feet. I mean, 7 tall, 7, things tall, and just burying them up.
You're going to have to look into that.
Just yet. If you ever get a chance, guys, look up Island of the Dead, and it will take you right to it.
Kind of creepy. I want to do it now.
Yeah, it is kind of. And what the craziest thing is, guys, before we get out of here, okay, they said in order for family members, check this out. This is the New York City. In order for you to even get on that island, you have to have family members. Okay, if there are mass graves on that island, how would you know you got family members there or not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. They had babies. They were sticking babies on top of adults, and just burying them. Once I seen that, I'm like, oh my God, I had to share that with everybody.
wow.
And it's her. I mean, I understand why they did it, but still, there should have been a better way. They had inmates from Rikers burying them.
Oh.
I mean, it was horrible, guys. It was horrible. And then my next place is, have you guys ever wondered why there's no paranormal investigators that I know of in the Caribbean?
I didn't know that.
There probably is, but I don't. Dude, can you imagine investigating any place in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
It'd be fun.
It'd be fun. It'd be educational.
Yeah.
Just think about the different religions that are down there.
Right.
You got voodoo. You got what is that stuff in Louisiana? You got all that different types of things going on. And trust me, I've been looking for paranormal investigators in Jamaica, St. Croix, all those Caribbean islands, so I can get them on the show. But man, it's really hard to find anybody.
There's a lot of history down there too.
Yeah, lots of history, and and it's a lot of different. Oh my God, dude, it's a lot of different stuff going on. A lot of stuff a lot of people don't want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But anyway, guys, tell the world how to get a hold of you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay. Um, we're on Facebook, Past and Present Paranormal. We also have a website which is
Kind of under construction still.
oh, we will have our website back up and running. It's under construction. We're revamping it.
I heard.
Um, we do have a YouTube channel, and that it's just Past and Present Paranormal.
Yeah, I got a few videos up there.
All right. Mainly, it's Facebook. That's how you can get a hold of us.
Okay. Hey, there you go.
Message us or call us. We
That's what
also
I did. Call.
we also have an email address that's posted up there too. So
And you know what why I contacted you guys?
why is
Not
that?
only do I follow you guys, is you guys actually have a contact number.
Oh,
Yeah, most of these paranormal teams, I understand they don't want their numbers out, but how many times do you check your email?
yeah, not very often. Maybe
Not
once.
that, yeah. There's a lot of teams out there. The only thing they have is their email, and they don't check their email.
Mm.
Hell, I probably got maybe 6,000 unread messages on my email. And I know that these people don't check their email. So, guys, if you're listening and if you're a paranormal investigator, please edit your Facebook. So when people want to get a hold of you, they can. And even if they don't come, get a hold of you directly, they can leave a voicemail. Because I know your email, sometimes you guys, hey, trust me, I'm at fault too, that you cannot check your email all the time. So please, let's get that going. And guys, if you're not a paranormal investigator and you haven't been doing it in 20 years, 10 years, delete the thing. That's where people won't think that you're still active. I don't understand that one. I really don't. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. It really has. And let's do this again. If you guys would like. I don't know how often you guys go live on location.
Not very often.
Ah, understandable. But if you guys ever decide to go live on location, feel free to message me so I can jump in and check out, some of your work,
Okay.
and see how you guys do things. Because I'm curious to know on how each paranormal team investigates.
All right, we'll certainly do that. We'll keep you in the loop.
Keep me in the loop. Is that the loop with 2 O's or 3?
2. We're gonna go with 2.
I prefer 3. If you give me 3, I'm definitely in the loop.
Okay, we'll go with 3.
Okay, guys.
We'll try.
Hey, guys, it has been a pleasure talking to you guys, and it's really been really fun. Feel free to share the podcast with everybody. I was looking on your Facebook, and it was being shared on that. So, but if you know anybody else that feel free to share it out with everybody. And if you know anybody that wants to come on who's never been on the podcast, have them contact me. Feel free. I'll get them in. And just to get things rolling for them. And the rest will be history. So, if you guys got any questions for me? No? Yes? Maybe?
How did you get started?
Oh, man. My grandmother. My grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, my great-great-great-grandmother. My great-great-great-grandmother was a Cherokee Indian, and she was gifted. And my great-great-grandmother was doing things around the house I could not explain. So after the kids got grown, I had a little time on my hands, so I like, well, what am I gonna do besides sit here and drink beer all day? Even though that was a good idea. I mean, I could have done it. I was like, well, let me be a paranormal investigator. So I put a bunch of guys together, and we've been doing it ever since. Mind you, people come and go.
Right.
But I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years, and I've learned so much. About the paranormal, and I've came across a lot of great people. Hey, a lot of great friends. People that I've talked to, reached back. If I got a question, I'll call them, especially those who's been doing it 20, 30 plus years. So I've learned a lot in this short of time.
All
You
right.
know, that's my story.
All right.
All right, guys, you guys go enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and stop in and say hello every now and then.
We certainly will. And thank you for having us on. And
Yes,
happy holidays to you.
and happy holidays to you and to the rest of you guys also. All right, guys. Hey, this is Terry with NSPS TV. Uh, you guys out there, man, appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate all the comments and questions. If you guys got any more questions about this team, feel free to reach out to them. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Or if you just want to hang out, and if you're ever up in their area, you're looking for a place, feel free to contact them. Okay. In the meantime, this is NSPS TV Paranormal signing off. Peace.
Peace.
All
Bye.
right, guys. Enjoy your Christmas.
You too as well.
All right. Bye bye. All right, guys, what do you guys think? Another comment. Let's pop in here right quick, see what's going on. Oh, man. Pam? Sorry about that, Pam, but they just dropped off. Hey, guys, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate all the support, all the love, and all the comments. Tomorrow night, I will be in the UK, with the team out of the UK's. So please feel free to jump on the show tomorrow. Starts at 7 p.m. Me and my moderator, Miss Irene from Japan, will be joining me, and let's have some fun. So in the meantime, guys, appreciate the love, appreciate the support, appreciate everything that everybody does. Stay positive out there. Don't be negative. It's so easier. It's so much easy to be positive. But in the meantime, peace.